holiday, you know. So
I love being busy, really. I love it. I love like having many things to do at the same time.
Yeah.
So I think it's cool on the other hand.
Good for you,
Okay.
Ellen. Busy,
Thank you.
busy as a bee. Yeah, that's why I'm afraid to
Yeah.
text you. Well, afternoon, because I know you are very busy.
Oh,
But it's
don't be
good.
afraid. I can reply
Okay.
just sometime later, but I'll definitely will reply.
Yeah, I try. Okay.
Okay. So, and how about Fitri and Susie? Your plans for the weekend? Have you got anything special planned?
Susie will stay home. Will
Susie, do you have
Yeah.
children to look after?
Oh no, not yet. I'm not married.
You're not married yet.
Susie has a
Okay.
lot
I'm
of
not married.
cats, like many
You
of
got
them.
cats?
Yeah, too many of them.
I have 6 cats. At
You
my
don't need
home,
children. You don't need children then. Why have you got 6 cats?
but I still need. I still need to get married and have babies from my own.
Why did I think you were married? I don't know why I thought you were married. But anyway, never mind. Okay, how about Fitri? What are you going to do? How, you got 6 cats.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fitri?
Oh,
Fitri,
yeah.
do you have? Yeah.
No.
No?
No,
No
I,
cats?
I don't have cats. Yeah, a lot of cats, stranded cats outside, but it's not my cats. I have a pity on them, and Susie sometimes will take care of them, but not me. So I will be stay
Okay.
home, Penny. Like work from home. Yeah, long weekend, long
Yeah.
deadlines. Yeah, same as Ellen. Like yeah, year end. Yeah, so many deadline, Penny.
I know. And then on top of it, you've got Penny and Kathy talking about projects and presentations. And
Sure.
oh dear, what a shame. And then me saying, well, get your outline by Tuesday. Okay, well, it's only to give you a practice, all right? We want you to have fun as well. Now, I don't know if anybody else is coming. There's not very many people. We've got 7 people here today. Bella's here, I can see. And Oshil, who hasn't said anything. Welcome. So I'm going to make a start. My focus today is on writing because we've kind of like focused quite a lot on the reading side of things, and I think that probably because what I would like you to do today is sort of like focus on a project first draft. You've all got your outlines into the space. What interesting topics. Wow, what great topics. So interesting. Thank you so much. Some of them are I can't wait to read about them. I can't wait to hear about it. And so we're going to do a little bit of thinking about academic writing today. And then I'm going to give you a little bit of time as well to work together, either in the channels or in your WhatsApp space, thinking about the first draft, because this is only a short project, remember. This is only going to be 1,000 words. It's very short. In the grand scheme of things, it's really short. But it gives you a chance to think about what we're going to be looking at, which is is to remember that it's defined by having an obvious audience, a clear purpose, whether it's an essay question or a research project, and the structure. That's one of the key things that we want you to learn about, is about structure in academic writing. There's 3 key areas: preliminaries, main text, and end matter. And it will depend on the kind of text you're writing. However, whatever you're writing, generally speaking, will contain an introduction, a main body, and a conclusion. There's always that 3 parts to it, isn't it? And the introduction usually consists of some background information, which will give the reason for the writing and explain to some extent how you're going to write about it. And this must be closely connected to your assignment title. And then the main body contains some kind of ideas from reading, and then maybe some data or maybe some argument, which leads to the conclusion, which refers back to the introduction and show that the purpose has been fulfilled. So you've got this kind of like this 3 stages in your writing. But there are other things to think about. There are other aspects of academic writing. There's some of them on the screen. Just have a look at those kind of key features of academic writing. We won't have time to go through all of these things in our 5-week course, but I'm just wondering, I'm interested to know what you think are important and what you think you are best at and what you think you need most help with in terms of writing. So just have a little look at that. And then in the chat box, okay, in the chat box, just drop in there, what do you think is important? What do you think is the most important out of those features of academic writing? There's no right or wrong answer. It's your opinion. References. Oh, featuring. Do you know something? Referencing must be the most boring activity known to man. You know, we have an expression in English, I'd rather watch paint dry. Have you heard that expression?
Sorry, can you say that again, Penny?
I'd rather watch paint dry. I'd rather watch paint dry. So something
watch
is
paint dry. Wow.
really boring. Okay, really boring activity. We say, oh, okay. It's so boring. I'd rather watch paint dry. Okay. Does anybody here actually like referencing?
I think nobody does.
Oh, isn't it the most boring activity on earth?
It is, really. I'd rather watch paint dry.
There you go. You can go away with a great expression now. I'd rather watch paint dry. It's the most boring activity known to man. I loathe it. And you can guarantee that you can take hours and hours over it and you send it off for some feedback and they'll come back, you didn't reference properly. Okay, so important. Style and content, organisation. Okay. So what do you think you are the best at? What do you think you are best at? Diana's giggling there in the background. What do you think you're best at in writing?
I'm not best at grammatical accuracy. I'm not.
So you need help with grammatical accuracy, okay?
Yeah, I'm a bit struggle.
Ellen, paraphrasing and providing examples. Paraphrasing, yeah, it's always okay. Style, okay. Is this the things you're best at or least good at? Best or
best?
You're good at paraphrasing and providing examples. So you know your strength. When you're planning your first draft, you can talk to each other and say, right, you do this and I'll check. You do this and I'll check this. Okay, you're good at providing examples. Okay, good. Well, they're all important in their own way. So we're going to go on, but what we're going to go on to think about is what writing is basically made up of, which is paragraphs. Okay. So it's divided up into paragraphs. If you don't divide your writing up, it's really difficult for readers to follow your arguments. So you need to paragraph well. And as we all know, a paragraph is a group of sentences that develop one idea or topic, and the topic of one paragraph should follow logically from the topic of the last paragraph into the next paragraph. Let's see what this. Let's think a little bit more about the power of the paragraph. Now, I just want you to listen to this. Hopefully, I think I've included computer sound. No, I haven't. Right, let's just check you can hear this. Just listen along, okay? Very short. It's only 2-3 minutes. Can you hear it? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear?
No.
There's no sound.
There's no sound.
No. Nothing. Silence.
Right, wait a minute. Hang on a second. Let's try this again. Just a moment. Bear with me. Just 1 second. Sorry. I'm going to try something again.
I'd rather.
Oh, just a second, guys. Something's gone wrong here. Oh. Oh, it's all gone wrong. I've lost my presentation completely now.
Take your time,
Hold on
Penny.
a second.
Things happen.
Okay, let's try. I know, the joys of technology. Right, let's try again. Can you hear this?
It's coming.
Can you hear?
Noise. It's coming. I think it's loading on the screen, but it's coming now.
Can you hear?
But it stopped.
Can you hear?
No, we can't, unfortunately.
No?
No, it's gone.
No sound.
No sounds.
Oh, well, we'll have to go on then. We'll have to leave it because right.
Okay.
I don't think. Yeah, we'll move on. Not to worry.
Okay.
I've uploaded my presentation to the files, and you can listen to it afterwards. It's a talk about the power of the paragraph and how important it is to get control of paragraphing, because it can lead to success or downfall of your writing. So basically, we want to make your paragraphs powerful. Every paragraph has a structure. It's not just a random collection of sentences, and parts that make up text are related in meaningful ways to each other. Okay, which you probably know. My guess is that if you've been writing academically, bless you. Okay, the main idea of each paragraph is usually expressed somewhere in the paragraph by one sentence. Can be at the beginning, could be at the end, or even in the middle of a paragraph. You're not confined to starting a paragraph off with the topic sentence. And then the rest of that paragraph generally extends the theme contained in the main sentence. Each idea around the main theme is supported by information and evidence, and there may be a summary sentence. So this is the very, very basic paragraph. This is the kind of like the principles, aren't they? Yeah. So have a look at that. There's nothing unusual there, I guess. Okay, that's a basic structure. Now, I'm going to send you today's worksheet. I hope. If and that's gone now. Oh, here it is. Okay. So that's coming in the chat box. Okay. And if you download that worksheet and have a look at task 1, okay. Have a look at task 1. So what you have there is you have a paragraph about corporate social responsibility. And what I'd like you to do is look at the paragraph about corporate CSR and break down the structure into 4 sections, okay? Topic, sentence, development, example, and summary. So there you are. You've got a color guide to help you. Now, we could do this in breakout rooms, but I think it won't take you very long. So if you just want to do that, I'll give you a couple of minutes to work through that. Oh, I've got to put the answer on the screen. Okay. Nobody saw that. Okay.
What was it? I missed that one.
No, it's fine. No, you don't need to. You need to be looking at that and using the structure on your task sheet to work out which is the topic sentence, what is developed, what is the example, and where is the summary. So 2-3 minutes for that. You can switch your camera off if you want to work on that. And then we'll come back and we'll just work through that together. 2-3 minutes, yeah?
Yes. Penny, I will let my camera on. Is it okay? I'm afraid
That's
if I
absolutely fine,
turn it
yeah.
off, I will be off as well.
No, that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. speaker guide. So, do you need more time? Do you need a minute or so
Yes,
to work
please.
out how this is? Okay, give you a couple of minutes then.
Thank you. For examples. Okay. For examples. This. Let's improve the Ini di bawah li. Dan astagfirullah, cuci muka. Mukamu coklat. Karena nanti tidak bahaya. Terus temennya adik ya. Oke. Iya, bahaya lo nanti lo. Nggak mau denger ayah nggak apa-apa. Examples. Summary.
Okay, so it's thinking about how that paragraph is structured. Okay, so let me show you the answer. Okay, you can compare what you decided was the topic sentence. Okay, the key topic. How that is developed. The main idea, the topic discussed in more detail, the example, okay, and then an overall main point summarized, evaluated for that particular paragraph, okay. It's well structured, okay. It's thought through and well structured. This is not the only way of developing a paragraph, though, okay. You don't have to do it in that order. Now, if I can see if I can share a different screen with you. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. There is the possibility of not necessarily following that order, okay? But you have the option to develop slightly differently, okay? So you might want to take a photo of that particular, or a screenshot, okay? It's just another way of developing a paragraph. We always start with a topic sentence, and then within the paragraph, there is the option of development example, and summary, or development rebuttal, evaluation statement, a development example and summary. They're just alternative ways of doing it. There's no one right way. One of them is not better than the other, okay? It's how best you feel you're serving your own writing purposes. This is the problem with academic writing. It's such a personal thing. You know, there's certain conventions you can follow, but at the end of the day, you need to know about those conventions and decide what works for you. Are there any questions? And now I have lost my presentation again. Here we go. Okay, so we thought about kind of like basic structures, okay, and but there are other factors in paragraph writing that can help you make your writing stronger, become more powerful. And we've got their topic, sentences, flow, signaling, and cohesion. And I'd like to stay with flow, signaling and cohesion for a little while now. Okay. Now, what do we mean by flow? I'll just give you a couple of seconds to read through that slide. Okay. And then we're going to leave this behind and go into an outside resource if I can find it. Okay. I'm going to go to a separate resource, okay, that we're going to be working through on these 3 areas of flow. Flow, what was the other one? God. Okay, let's stick with flow to start off with.
Signaling.
There we go. Right, can you see that? Can everybody see that purple site? Yeah?
Yes, we can.
Has anybody heard of this site before? Using English for academic purposes? No?
I have personally.
Not personally. This is a really useful site. It's written by quite a well-renowned specialist in academic English called Andy Gillett. Okay. And I'll share the links with you. Now, everything on this site is free. So, you know, if post-course you would like to, you know, pick up some of the points we've talked about, you've practiced, then you can always come back to this and have a look. Or you can do academic skills too. Anyway, right, so let's go back to this. So flow of information in a paragraph, what are we talking about? We're talking about making paragraphs easy to read. All right. So if we have a look at the information structure, there might be some terminologies that you may not have heard of. Sentences in English have 2 parts, a theme and a ream. Okay. So if you look at those example sentences there, the M1 goes from London to Leeds. Yeah. That's the new information. Okay. The motorway from London to Leeds is called the M1. Now, in here, the theme is the M1. The reader has been introduced to the M1 but doesn't know where it goes and therefore needs to be told. It goes from London to Leeds. So this is the theme and this is the ream. All right. In sentence 2, the theme is the motorway from London to Leeds. The reader knows that there's a motorway from London to Leeds, but doesn't know what it's called. Does that make sense? Let's have a look at another one. Okay. I was born in Glasgow. I wasn't. Glasgow is the largest city in Scotland. Okay. I was born in Glasgow. The largest city in Scotland is Glasgow. There's 2 different types of information here. All right. The sentences are all grammatically correct, but in example 4, the new information to be communicated, the ream, is we're interested in the largest city in Scotland. Okay. Whereas in sentence 3, we're interested in the name of the sentence. Okay.
I was born in Scotland. I was born in Scotland.
So the flow is connected to theme and ream. All right. Have a read through sentences 5, 6, and 7. Have a read. I'm not going to read them out. Now, if you read those sentences, okay, the theme is the same in each one. Yeah? What's the theme? Anybody tell me? Quite a long theme. This is the theme in each one, but in the second part of the phrase, the second part of this, the rhyme is different. Here we're interested in one such classification, 1 out of the 65, okay? In the second one, the scheme proposed by Bass, so it's about the scheme rather than one classification system. And in the third one, we're interested in the person who created the scheme. All right, so the idea here is theme, okay, which is the new information, and then the rhyme, which gives further information about the rhyme, and that is up to you about the theme.
I still don't get it, Penny.
You don't. We're going to do some examples.
Okay.
Okay.
It's very confusing. Not gonna lie.
It's just a change of focus. Okay. I mean, so let's go on. Let's have a look at these examples. All right. So the rhyme of one. So there's choices in organizing your information text. It's all to do with flow. The rhyme of one sentence becomes the theme of the next sentence. Just read through example 1 and then look at the diagram. I'll give you a few seconds to do that. If you finish that, you can move on to example 2 to read. And then move on to example 3. Okay, so let's just stay with this kind of organization, this flow pattern here, where you've got the idea of a theme, okay, and a rhyme, and then the rhyme of one sentence becomes the theme of the next sentence, okay? So if we look at example 1, okay, we've got the complete electrical behavior of any valve or transistor can be described by stating the interrelation of the currents and the voltages between all the electrodes. So what's the theme of that sentence? What's the theme? What's the main information and what's the extra information in it? So your main information is the complete electrical behavior of any valve or transistor, yeah? So what's the rhyme of that? What's the rhyme?
The interrelation of the currents and the voltages.
Right, exactly. So therefore, the writer has taken the rhyme, the information, and made that has now turned into the theme of the next sentence.
Oh.
Right? Okay.
Mm.
So instead of saying the interrelation can conveniently be displayed graphically, the writer has paraphrased that, has chosen to substitute a different word and said these relationships. There is a connection between the word interrelation and relationships. Yeah. Okay. Interrelation. A relation has become relationships. Yeah. All right. Do you understand that now, Adele? Who's tired?
No, no. It took me a while to process it. No, no. No, I would never do that to you, Penny.
Don't worry about it. To you. This is just to give you an overview to help you with your flow of writing. Okay. Again, in example 2, you've got see if you can work it out, right? And actually given to you in the diagram underneath. So the early feminist movement was greatly influenced by the work on Mary Wollstonecraft. So the theme, what's a theme? Anyone?
The early feminist movement.
Exactly. All right. And the ream is?
Mary Wollstonecraft.
Exactly. Now, instead of starting the next sentence with Mary Wollstonecraft, it's starting with she. And that ream has become the theme. Okay. And it helps the flow. That's one way of doing it. Yeah. All right. And here, example 3, in number 2, it talks about theme of one sentence is the same as the theme of the next sentence. Okay. Which is possible. Doesn't always have to be a ream involved. You could have a series of themes. Okay, if you want to just read through those. Okay, now here you might be saying, hang on a second, just a minute. Just a minute. I can see Adele. I can see Adele's brain working, thinking, just a minute. So let's take example 5. Ellen's going, oh, this is too difficult. Okay. In example 5, I know, yeah, we're going to have a go with this in a bit, right? Karl Marx was a German philosopher. He was also an economist, historian, political theorist. Now, the he here, the he, refers to the theme in the first sentence. So it hasn't become a ream. Okay? And then, of course, you can mix them up, a mixture of the two. All right? Have a look at Darwin's Origin of the Thesis.
Oh yeah, Karl Marx. He was also.
Fitri, are you talking to me or singing?
No, I'm reading for myself, Penny. Try to make sense.
Okay. Okay. So it's to give you a sort of like an indication of this structure to give flow. It's not the only way. We've got some exercises here, but I've put the exercises in the worksheet. Which are hold on a minute. I think, did I put the work in the worksheet? I don't think I did. Okay, right. Well, Okay, let's have a look. A mixture of the two. So here we've got Darwin's Origin of the Species, published in 1859. You've got here a development of a theme with a reme, etc. Okay, you can see here how in the diagram how it's related to each other. Darwin's Origin of the Species, published in 1859, was hugely influential in the field of science and in society in general. It has often been referred to as the book that shook the world. That's a theme and a theme, yeah, okay. And then the book outlined how there could be a relatively gradual change in the characteristics of successive generations of a species, and higher plants and animals evolve slowly over time from lower beings. This evolution, those are what connects, okay? Darwin's book refers back to the original theme, okay? Helped throw the idea that humans evolved from lower beings. Prior to this, it was believed, this being how humans evolved from lower beings, it was believed in the Western world that humans were created superior to other beings. Okay, so we've got the basic idea of flow, of theme and reme, okay, and remes becoming themes. Now, we don't want to get hung up too much on this. I'd like to move on if possible. We'll come back to it for some practice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to, where are we? Go back to my presentation. And then look at perhaps things a little bit more that they're a little bit more familiar with for you in terms of cohesiveness in paragraphs. We're talking about his signaling, okay? Signaling, and again, because every paragraph has a structure. It's not just a random collection of sentences, and it's your responsibility to make it clear to your reader how various parts of the paragraph are connected. And I'm sure you're all really familiar with signaling words. We can take a little look at at our site here about signaling.
Signaling.
If I just go back to, is it that one? Okay, can you see here? Signaling.
Yes.
You know all about these, I'm sure, because these are kind of like basic IELTS type of strategies, you know, things that you do in IELTS. And you can see here that, for example, if you want to tell your reader that your line of argument is going to change, you use things like however. If you think one sentence gives reasons for something in another sentence, you use because. I'm sure you all know this. If you think two ideas are almost the same, say so. Similarly, extra information in addition. And you can find all sorts of signaling words to help you give your paragraph that flow. And on this site, you can find lots of different examples for time and order, comparison, contrast, opposite ideas, cause and effect, etc. Okay, with lots of examples under each category. All right. And that can be quite helpful because it makes your writing more interesting. Putting in those signaling words. And then finally, let me just go back to my presentation. It's a bit of a nuisance having to come in and out of a presentation, but never mind. And then finally, cohesion and coherence, okay? So connections can be made explicit grammatically and lexically. When we're talking about grammatically, we're talking about this idea of theme and reme, and lexically by the use of different reference words. And every text has a structure. It's not just a random collection of sentences. So there's four main types of links used in academic text, okay? We've got reference, ellipsis and substitution, conjunction and lexical cohesion. Now, so just need to show you again on the site that I've been referring to, that you can go and have a look and check for yourself. Okay, I'm not going to make you do this now, but it's for your reference, because it's something you have to work through yourself, really. So here we've got a lot of information about reference. Okay, so here in certain items of language in English have the property of reference, that they don't have meaning themselves, but they refer to something else for their meaning. And you can see here, if you just read that first paragraph, okay, we're substituting proper nouns with pronouns, okay. We know that the he refers back to Hermann Ebbinghaus, okay.
He broke up. He suggests he
substitution and ellipsis. Substitution is replacement of one item by another, and ellipsis is the omission of the item. And this helps you if you want to avoid repeating yourself. You can use substitution or ellipsis. Have a little read of that paragraph there. Okay, so here our sentence is the scientific study of memory began in the early 1870s when a German philosopher, Hermann Ebbinghaus, came up with a revolutionary idea that memory could be studied experimentally. In doing so that's so, okay, means studying memory experimentally. That little word there has been substituted to avoid the repetition of memory that could be studied experimentally. Okay? Is everybody okay with that? It avoids repetition. And ellipsis is substitution by zero. Okay? Some of the water which falls as rain flows on the surface as streams. Another part, okay, right, we're not repeating the word water, all right? And here, the remainder sinks into the ground. We don't say another part of the water or the remainder of the water. We've left something out. We've left out the word water to avoid repeating ourselves. Okay? Here's another example.
It's very tempting to repeat words though, Penny. Sorry.
I know it's very tempting to repeat, but this kind of like introduces you to some techniques for doing that. Okay. It's all to do with practice, and it's not something really that you can just achieve. It's really hard, you know, because you need to be practicing this. You know, it's all very well to have the theory of it, but the practice will give you the skill, and the more you write, the more you become practiced in it. Okay. We're going to do a little bit of work on this in a moment together. Did I have conjunction on the slide? Okay. These are the main ones, okay? Conjunction shows meaningful relationships between clauses, which you know, all right? And did I say lexical cohesion? I can't remember. I don't know what's wrong with me today. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing here. Now, this is the kind of theory, the kind of technique, if you like, that you really need to read for yourself and practice for yourself. So I've introduced you to these concepts, but for you to fully comprehend, you need to have a go. So I'm going to come back to my PowerPoint. Okay. Okay, and we're going to have a bit of a practice, I think. In a second. Now, just before we go on to that, we're also going to look at, just think for a moment about cautious language as well, which is another trick up your sleeve that you can use to help you give your writing more power. So cautious language, to reflect the fact that few things are definite, your academic writing should always be cautious. This should be a constant thought as you write, all right? This is an example. Look at that. I thought this was a nice non-academic example. Which one do you think is the most cautious? Okay, all right. I would absolutely love you more than anything in the whole world. I'm certain I would die for you. I would definitely want us to move in together. And I hope to die in many years holding your hand, looking into your eyes that will show beautiful wrinkles, created in what I know will be our absolutely perfect life together. Okay. I think we can both agree we can get on well, and I wondered if maybe you wanted to become an item. It could be the start of something that may be long term, and if we're lucky, just maybe what we're both looking for in life. What do you think? No pressure. I may be wrong, may be crazy. I had to ask. So obviously, which one would you choose? Okay, it's a silly example, but it gives you an idea of how it's important to be cautious when writing academically. All right. Example one is the more romantic, and you might want to make a run for the hills if somebody said talk to you like that. But it's incautious. It's a collection of definite statements. Academic writing has to be based on evidence. All right. Example two shows the use of language that you need to be aiming for. All right, good. Hedging, caution, and tentative language. Yeah. So it's good to practice too. So there's a link to that particular site if you wanted to go back and have a little look and test yourself in those areas. It's free, okay? And you can go on there anytime you like and kind of investigate those kind of like ideas to become a stronger paragraph writer. But now we're going to have a little go. If you look at your worksheet, task 2. Whoops. Okay. And I'm going to put you in rooms together. And you can have a little go at some of the exercises there and talk about it. And you can go back to the site. You've got the links here. Okay. So let's put you into rooms because I've done too much talking today. How many people are here?
Bella is joining us.
Bella, hello.
I've been here the whole time.
You've been hiding.
Because I was not looking so good, so I turned off my camera.
You look wonderful.
Thank you, Penny. So do you.
Okay, and I'm going to put you into, there's one room of 4 and one room of 3. So you're just in 2 rooms today. And so you can work through, you can have a little look at the exercises. We'll just have 10-15 minutes, yeah, to work through. And then we'll come back and maybe look at some of the solutions. You know, don't beat yourself up over things because these are kind of like advanced writing concepts. Okay, these are advanced academic writing concepts, and it's good for you to know about them and to start thinking around them and practicing them. So I'm going to put you in there, and then you don't have to listen to me. But I'll come and visit you. All right. Okay. Now, why does that like assign? Oh, what's going on here? Hold on a minute. Okay, here we go. Off you go. There you go. I'll come along and visit in a minute. Work through task 2 as best you can together. Talk about it. Check out the link. I'll drop this link into the into the text box as well.
Hi Bella, how are you?
Hello, I'm good.
I'm sorry, I thought you didn't join. When your camera on,
I'm fine.
Bella is joining.
Yeah.
How many of us here? Two of us. Putri as well. Tas 2. Okay. Tas 2. He met Yusufa. He met the inventor of deity of Fleming. He made Edison work between the hot filament and the inside the spherical pencil. Okay. Hem's environmental credential. It smoothers, it improves, it returns. It is one of a pronoun, yeah. Bella, are you working on it? Tas 2.
Lagi go food. Baru mau lihat sekarang.
Oh iya, itu tas 2 ya. Sebenarnya sih apa ya? Kayak linking aja sebenarnya aku lihat tuh. Lagi GoFood. Savage. Tapi udah ini ya, oke. So identify. Join. Share.
Which one ya?
Worksheet 3. Week 3 worksheet. And task 2 ya. Task 2.
Okay.
We do some highlighting something. Like nyambung gimana. Okay. I'm struggling to fight the sleepy head. I'm so sleepy. 15 minutes. Okay. Bella, your mother was well. Penny's here.
Hello.
Hi, Penny.
I'm here. What's happened to your mother? Whose mother's got problems?
No, nothing. I just wanted to start a conversation and Penny's coming, so I cancel it.
That's okay. The others are talking about blah 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 in the other room, so that's okay. All right. How you know what you're doing with this worksheet? You know, I just said to the other guys, you know that these are quite difficult concepts in academic writing, and you know, you have to kind of like take your time to kind of like absorb the whole thing and practice.
Yes, sure.
So you know, to get your own kind of interpretation of everything, but it will help you kind of like make your writing more sophisticated if you can kind of have a little go at these things. So you okay with the task 2? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I'll let you carry on. We've only got to like a bit of a short time. So maybe another 10, 12 minutes. Okay, I'll let you carry on. Is Arshil here?
I do not know.
Who?
Yes, here.
You there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm reading.
You're reading. Okay, I'll let you carry on then, guys. Okay.
Penny is leaving. Bella, can I ask you a question? Your mother was
I'm still reading.
Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, just go ahead. Forget it. Kilvi, tu adik eh. Nggak usah pi. Ini aja adik. Bentar lagi aja. The inventor of the Fleming. The inventor of the day Wolfie made use of the fact first noticed by Edison, then made the flow across empty space, the hot filament of electric diamond metal. Environmental credential is treatable across better. Then against March, Mother was pushed, clearing the land of other crop. It improves the structure of soil with strong water erosion. Says in field, if you do not in the land purpose to clean up contaminate with heavy metal, it's one amino acid next to. Okay. Bentar ya, Pi, ayah belum selesai. Ya, sabar ya. Ajaan, ibunya kena apa? Dipeluk aja, jangan dipeluk. Dipeluk aja.
How are you doing?
I'm still very much confused.
Oh, everybody's confused. Right, I'm going to bring everyone back then. What are you confused about, Bella? About themes and reams?
Everything. In
It's-
general.
Really? Let's get everybody back because there's some interesting questions from the other group. Let's have a little question and answer session. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to leave and I'll get you all back and then we'll have a question and answer session.
Pi, jangan dipaksa gitu, Pi. Makanya jangan deket-deket ayah. Pi, jangan dipaksa. Ya.
Everyone come back. I can just.
Awas lehernya.
Hello.
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 Oh, here you are.
Hello.
Through. Okay.
Hello.
How are you getting on with this? Has anybody thrown their hand out of the window yet?
It was really challenging, but at the same time rewarding because I feel that once I get to understand that, so many things will open to me and that will be so useful if I get to understand that, but I'm on my way.
You're on your way. Okay. So it is, as I said, you know, this is kind of a tricky kind of it's a tricky kind of concept, particularly with the flow, with this idea of theme and ream, okay, and how that develops. But was it Adele? Adele, was it you who said that you read? Let me just get this up. Let me get the answers up to the first one on flow. Just a minute. Okay, it's this one, isn't it? So if I go into here, can you guys see that?
Yes, Penny.
Right, let's look at the answers. Oh, I need to share the answers, don't I? You can't see those, can you? Hold on. Okay. Okay. So what we've got here, all right. What we've got here is the answer to kind of like the flow, all right. And it's here we've got can you see how we've got the theme of the inventor of the diode is Fleming? And so we've got the theme is the inventor of the diode, and then the rime is Fleming. And then it flows into the next part. He, which is substitution, isn't it, for Fleming, made use of the fact that current can flow across space. This effect, right, referring back to made use of the fact that current can flow across space. This effect, current can flow across space, depends on thermionic emission. Adele, what's wrong? It's still sneezing.
Yeah. Yeah. The perfumes, Penny. Perfume
Okay.
still in my nose.
Okay. And then we've got here where we've got theme followed by theme followed by theme followed by theme followed by theme, which is rather than taking the indisputable and then changing it into something, we've got one theme throughout. Hemp, 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 hemp. All right. Now, was it you, Adele, who said that you preferred reading one to the other?
Yes. I preferred reading the first sentence structure, like the first paragraph structure.
Can you offer any reasons why you preferred that?
I guess as a reader, as the audience at the moment reading this, it's more of like a checking off point. You know, like, you know how when you're in a journey, you have a checking off point to kind of get you from this point, and then you go to that point, and then you just immediately go to, it's kind of like walking, you know, it's like walking through the paragraph. When the second, although it's good, it's kind of like you branch, it's branched out, right? So in my head, it's just me like reading one point, but then going back to it, to the theme, and then going to another point.
Okay. Does anybody else want to add to that? Does anybody want to make any comment? It's interesting, isn't it, that Adele has reacted to the way that the text is flowing, okay? Because of the way it's been developed. It's all around this theme and rime idea. And how you choose to develop your sentences, how you choose to connect them, and the effect it has on the reader, okay? And that shows kind of like an engagement with what the text is saying and how you're interpreting the text. And that's what you need to start thinking about in your writing, okay? What am I going to do? How am I going to structure it? How am I going to make it flow? How do I want this to flow? All right? Now, and thinking about how your audience will receive your writing thanks to the way that you've constructed it. It's not right, it's not wrong, okay? These are just different considerations to think about. It's highly complex, and it's something that you need practice in, okay? So, you know, don't beat yourself up if you go off today and you think, what was Penny talking about? It's something that you need to come back to and think about and investigate further, but it's something to hold in your head. And the link that you've got, and I'll see if I can find you some more links for practice as well, about this flow in writing, okay? The other things were a little bit easier, weren't they, in terms of the signalling and the coherence and cohesion, because you're all quite high level students. So if I just find, if I can find the answer sheets for you. Oh, okay, I've lost my answer sheet. Just a minute. Okay. 1 second. Did anybody get to the signalling, coherence and cohesion? Did anybody get there?
Our group just did signaling. We haven't gotten to the cohesion.
You haven't got to the. Well, let's have a look at the. I'll share the answers with you. In the where is it? Damn, where is it? I can't see it. Is it that one? No, it's not that one. It's not that one. It's not that one. It's that one. Ay, mi madre. Just a minute. Is it this? Is it that one? Oh, it's that one. There you go. All right. Okay. So with the with this particular one, with the signalling, okay. Not signalling, coherence and cohesion. All right. This is cohesion. All right. Cohesion answers. So those are some of the answers there for those exercises. If you
This is true.
want to have a look. So you can see 1 to 6 using pronouns. These are areas that are very easy to trip up on because you're going between singular and plural. Word forms are another one. Okay. Yeah. All right. And then summary nouns. Okay, so there are many different answers. That's a problem. And then coherence, you've got the main answers there. Okay, but I'll share those with you. Has anybody got any questions? No? Now, how are we doing for time? Oh my God, it's 25 past 1. I don't have time again. Okay. You've been very patient today because there's been a lot of theory. Okay, there's been a lot of quite difficult concepts, which unfortunately goes with academic writing, which is kind of like, bleh. You're not, I think I said to you at the beginning of the course, I've got the boring bits to teach. Nobody likes writing very much, especially academic writing. Okay, it's quite a tricky area. But what I will ask you to do now, and we're not going to have time to go into breakout rooms because we're running out of time, and you're probably all blown. You had your minds blown by theme and ream and signalling and cohesion. As I just want to go and have a coffee, please. Right. So, what I would like you to do now, and most of you have got your outlines up. Again, thank you so much for doing that. I know you've got lots of deadlines and work to do in your own study settings, and we're really, really grateful for you for engaging with this project. And we really hope that you'll have fun with it as we move kind of into the presentation phase. But what I'd like you to do, okay, I gave you the option to whether or not to choose an essay or a report. It's entirely up to you. It doesn't matter. The structure is still going to be the same. You're going to have that 3-part structure. You'll have your introduction and your conclusion. And then in the middle, depending on whether it's an essay or report, your essay will be your body, paragraph 1, 2, or 3. Or it'll be your, research, methodology, whatever it is, findings, recommendations, etc. Entirely up to you. It doesn't matter. Okay. But we need to start getting ready. Now, task 3, right? What I need to see now is a first draft by next Tuesday. Or to have it ready for Tuesday. Yeah? Okay? To put together that first draft essay or report by next Tuesday. What you need to do is you need to divide up the writing. So you're really only concerned, we're talking about 1,000 words. It's only like 500 words each, depending on what you do. And what I would want to do is I'd like to read it before you submit it finally and give you some feedback on it. So I'm putting Tuesday the 14th of December as a deadline because I'm mean. Sorry. Yeah? Is everybody happy with that?
Yeah. No problem, Penny.
No problem. Yeah, featuring.
Yeah. We love you, Penny. No problems.
So the next time I speak to you, I will be in Spain.
Canary Island.
Oh.
In the Canary Islands.
Hey.
Yeah.
I hope you have fun.
I will be in much warmer place, and I will be just off the coast of North Africa, near Morocco. All right.
Oh.
Yeah. If you want to do a bit of research, it's the Canary Islands. I'm going to an island called Tenerife.
Tenerife, I know.
Tenerife. Yeah. Tenerife. Yeah. And that's where I'll be talking to you from on Tuesday because I fly on Sunday. But that's fine, and hopefully I'll be able to show you some sunny skies and a little bit of Tenerife, maybe out of the window, maybe the sea. Okay.
Oh my God, if you actually open the class with you like lying down
On a
like your
beach
laptop's
with
like
a palm
on
tree
beach.
at the background.
Yeah.
I could change my background for Tenerife
Tenerife
now,
is the
actually.
largest
I think
of
I've got
the
some
7
pictures on here.
Canary
Have I got pictures on?
Islands.
No, I
A
haven't got pictures on
Spanish
here. I'll put on a Tenerife background. I won't be on the beach, though, because I can't get Wi-Fi on the beach. Okay. And you'll have people walking past me going into in and out of the sea. Yeah. So that's your task, okay? Is to get your first draft into place. You can upload it on, if you do it and you want to upload it, you can put it into your channel, into your project channel. Okay. And yeah, if you can do that, that'd be brilliant. Thank you all so much. Oh, the other thing I wanted to ask you was Kathy was asking if you would have an extra half an hour with her next Thursday, if that's okay. Sorry, guys in Indonesia. Sorry.
No problem.
It's nearly Christmas. We're going to have a party at some point as well. Okay. Okay, guys, I'll see you next Tuesday.
Okay.
And Kathy will be with you on Thursday, and she's asked for an extra 30 minutes just to go through some extra things to get you ready for poster presentation.
All right.
All right, because we've just got 3 classes left, but the final class will be your presentation.
Okay. Presentation day.
Presentation day, which will be great fun.
Yeah.
And we're going to be asking other people to join us, other tutors, other students. Yeah. We're going to put the pressure on. We're going to rank it. Yeah. Don't worry, it's going to be fun. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. We're going to have a good time. Okay.
Right,
take care, everybody. It's lovely to see you. Have a lovely weekend. I hope you all get some downtime, some rest and relaxation. Look after yourselves. I hope your volcano in Indonesia stops.
Yeah. Hopefully.
I'm
you.
going to a volcano erupting in the Canary Islands. Okay.
It's dormant.
Yes, Penny, yes.
Right.
In Tenerife, it's dormant, Fitri.
Yeah.
But if you Google La Palma, the island of La Palma,
active one.
Yeah. There is one that is erupting at the moment in La Palma.
Oh.
It's actually happening.
Palma.
So,
Wow.
in La Palma. So if you have a look, it's happening. But we're going to Tenerife, which is the big Teide mountain, a volcano that's dormant. So, okay.
Okay, Penny. I almost forgot that this is December.
Yes,
yeah?
Penny.
Yeah, it's December. Yeah.
Yeah, holiday mood.
Okay, guys.
So fast.
Bye bye, Penny.
Muchas gracias a todos. Nos vemos
Muchas
el martes
gracias.
próximo.
Yo también.
Sí, me alegro
Adiós.
mucho.
Ciao, adios.
Besitos. Chao.
Ya, hati-hati ya.
Hasta luego.
La vista.
Hati-hati. Gunungnya meledos. Oke, bye-bye. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.